Hello, everyone. I'm trying out a new camera tonight, so I hope that my sound is good and that everything goes well with my new setup. So if you can hear me, could you give me a thumbs up and let me know? And also, welcome to everybody. Sorry I was a little late. I suddenly couldn't find everything I needed. You know how that goes. And I just wanted to get together a couple things and we'll get started. All right. Oh, my camera's frozen because that is not my picture. Hold on. Let me see how I can get it to start. I don't know why it's frozen, but let me keep trying here. Hold on one moment. Oh, thank you guys. Hi, I see Susie and Deb and Ian. Thank you. My camera is frozen at the moment, so hold on one moment while I try to get that going. Okay, yay, I did it. Okay, so this is a sneak peek of the classes, the cards that we're going to be making in my in-person class on Saturday. And I have an online version as well. So if you are not local to me here in New Hampshire and want to come to the class, you want the supplies for the class, you can just let me know. And whether it's in person or online, uh, it, this class is free to anyone who places a $40 or more order in my online store between tonight and Sunday noontime. So short window because I do classes every 2 weeks, so I need to prepare kind of all at the same time so that I have enough supplies for everyone. Okay, so let's see which one I'm going to do first. I have this one right here next to me. So we are going to make this one. This is a card that I made in the mystery stamping on Monday night. Our team does a mystery stamping once a month, and that was a lot of fun. And so this is the design for this for February's mystery stamping. So we're going to set that right there. Let me grab a piece of scrap paper because I will need that for this here. And I'm moving stuff and hopefully nothing crashes on the floor. Okay, so what I have for the supplies is I have a quarter of a sheet. This is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. That's the card base. Then I have this is a piece that is, let me grab my ruler because I forget. All right, it is 3 1/2 by 11. This I used the two-tone cardstock. See the difference in the color? Because I just wanted a little bit less bulk at the top. So we're going to attach that. And then I have a piece of, it fell out. Where's my piece? I know it's here somewhere. You see what I'm saying? It's here and then it's gone. It is. There it is. What is it doing up under my keyboard? a piece of fresh freesia. This measures 3 1/4. So they kind of all stack together like so. And then you have this margin. They're all going to be the same top to bottom. And then you have a piece of this beautiful floral paper. This paper is, oh, I got it right there. I don't know why I forgot my, this is Lovely and Beautiful. And this paper is gorgeous. It's got gold foiling in there and really pretty springy colors. It's just gorgeous. So, and then I've got a piece of white for the inside. All right, let's get started. So what I'm going to do is, I did this part ahead of time. I stamped my flower using gray. So I stamped my flower and the 2 leaves, and I stamped my sentiment. So now what I'm going to do is just do some quick coloring. So these are the stamps that I used. And to color, I am going to use my blending brush. Move that out of the way. So I've got my blending brush, and you know how sometimes I say don't blop it, like pounce it off. You kind of want a little blop in the middle because I want the center darker, but I'm just swirling to the outside. And then to fix that where I did get kind of a blop in the middle, I'm just going to swirl a little more. So just a little bit of swirling and coloring gives it a nice, soft coloring. See how pretty that is? Let's see if I can soften that little bloppy. Okay, and then I'm going to do the same thing. This is Calypso Coral. Then I'm going to take some Old Olive, and I'm going to do the same thing to my leaf. Gently, you want to keep it soft. You can always add more, but you can't take it off once you got it on. So nice and soft. So then what I'm going to do is take the dies from this bundle. Let me show you the bundle. That's what I had sitting here. Okay, here are the dies, and the dies have these really big flowers, which I haven't used yet, but I can't wait. And then you also have the stamp set. So you have the die to cut out the big flower that we stamped, these leaves, this leaf, and these 2 things here too. Plus you've got these extra pieces that are standalone. So we're going to build a flower with those, but not today. So, oops. So then we're going to just put that on with our Post-it tape, Post-it note tape. And we've got this one here. Okay. And then we're going to run that through the die cutting machine. And what you get are these pieces here. Okay, and then when you're all done, I decided not to stamp my words there, but once this is all cut out, you can just trim the words. And the reason I decided not to do it that way is because I was going to use a die, and then part of the Y got cut off. So we're just going to go with the tried and true method of using our pieces that we cut when we're, oh, I did use a bigger piece. Use it, our pieces that we cut when we're, I can't get my words out of my mouth. When you're die cutting or cutting your cardstock down. Gosh, that was hard to get out. Okay, I'm done with the green. And I need my words here. Okay, so I want thinking of you. So Susie said that's a fast way to color. And you know, it really is. And it's so beautiful. And you can add some extra ink using your blends if you want to. But when I'm doing a class, I like to keep it simple and quick enough that everybody is going to be successful. Let's see here. I'm going to go like that. I think I need to trim that down just a little bit. It's crooked, but that's okay because I'm going to fix it. And then for my inside piece of white, I am going to stamp this. I love this. This set has wedding, thinking of you, you know, to the happy couple. Thinking of you and holding you in my heart could be like for somebody that's ill or sad or not feeling well, you know, or a sympathy of some sort. So lots of uses. I just got to get my baby trimmer. Hold on one second here. It's all the way across the room. I don't know why. I have something really exciting to tell you at the end of tonight too, so don't let me forget. All right, let's see here. This is a smidge crooked, so let me see if I can fix it with my trimmer. Otherwise, I will do it with good old-fashioned scissors. Okay, and see, because the Y hangs down so much, it was getting cut off on my other tag. So that looks good. Get rid of my extra pieces here. All right, and I want to stamp this flower down here, like so, like so. And I forgot to get to wash my scrubbies, so let me just get my sprayer. Sorry, my floor is squeaking, squeaking, squeaking. All right, let's scrub that off. Okay. I just want to kind of give it all a cleaning. There. Alrighty, so now I've got my flower in there, and I'm going to add a little leaf because it's all orange, so we'll give it a leaf to break up that orange in there. What I like about, you know, these leaves are, I'm going to show you a little tip here. So if you just put a little piece of paper there, you can stamp in. Because the one thing I don't like about these leaf stamps is they have an awful long like branch, and this leaf is the same size as the flower, so I didn't want it quite that big. So that's what we're doing with that. And let me just clean that off too. Okay, we're ready to put this card together. Throw all my stuff back in my bin. I got my gems ready to go. Okay. I even moved my trash can, so I keep throwing things that way on, and they go on the floor because my trash can is over here. Alrighty, let's put this together here. I don't really need the grid paper right now. So I've got my card base, and remember I said that all of these pieces are going to match top and bottom, but what I want to do is stack them from the top. In other words, I'm going to kind of tap, tap, tap to get it down. And that way, if I have to do any trimming, I can do it right off the bottom. So by using the two-tone paper, I'm getting rid of a little bit of the bulk at the top of the card. So let's see here. I'm going to go right up to the top and then straight down like so. That looks good. Next, some fresh freesia. I mean, the color combination seems so weird. It's darling duckling, calypso coral, and fresh freesia. And then I have the old olive ink. But all of those colors are in the designer paper. So that's where I got my color palette from. Let's see if I can get that on there. Okay, looking good. See, I've got a little bit of trimming to do here. It's going over my edge a little bit. And I'm going to wait until I get this piece on just to make sure. I'm trying to decide. I love that gold at the top, so I might put, yeah, originally I was going to do it like that. But this might get covered up with my sentiments. This paper is so, so beautiful. And I'm sorry, I forgot my little cheat sheet of the paper downstairs where I hang them on a display rack for my classes. I forgot to bring it up to show you guys tonight. All right, see what I mean about the bulk at the top? So that, because I use the two-tone, it's less, but with folded cardstock, it would even be bulkier right there. All right, now I'm going to do a little trim. My scissors here, just a little bit. So I'm looking at the back of my yellow, and I'm just going to bring my scissors and go along. And because I have more than one layer, using the trimmer actually doesn't work as well as just getting your scissors in there to do it. As long as you don't cut into the yellow like I just did. Oh, just barely nicked it. Okay, whew, got some curly cues. Alrighty, so we've got that. Now, let me put my inside in too. And the other thing about using the two-tone is when you don't have as much of a fold bump from where you score it. So your piece, because they all are 5.5, can go right to the top. Where on a folded cardstock, you can't. It interferes with the fold. So now I have to trim that. Let me just cut that real quick. So it's almost easier to cut each layer as you go to trim so that you don't touch that yellow. All right, it's so pretty. Okay, so let's put some dimensionals on our flower and leaves. The way I did this is I just put my dimensionals here in the middle, like so. And then I'm going to put my dimensionals on my leaves. Stay away from the edges because they're going to overhang this folded part. So if you're not careful, your dimensionals will be over here and you won't be happy because it'll make your card stick open. All right, and I got the last leaf, tucking it like that. Okay, so I'm just peeling these off because what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my flower down first and then I'll attach my leaves. So I want my flower kind of tipped like that, and I can see those gold dots up there really nicely. Then I'm just gonna, because I kept my dimensionals in the middle, I can slide my leaves right where I want them, which is there. Let me do a quick check. Ooh, look at that. I can see my dimensional just barely. So let's, next time I will say, don't press down so hard until you know. There we go. We're in the clear. And then this one here can go right over here, like so. Yep, all good. Now, here's my piece, and I'm just going to do a little snip, snip. And put that right there with some dimensionals. Oh, and again, watch out for, don't go all the way to the edge because that will hang over. But I like to put a little bit of extra dimensionals, let's see, just to help hold it up. But I don't want to do too much right there because it's overlapping and these are already on dimensionals. What I'm going to do is support that leaf a little bit more, like so. And that way this will just hang right over the top of it. I'm going to add a little tiny bit of tape right there. So my little thinking of you is not going to go anywhere. All right. Isn't it pretty? Oh my gosh, this paper just does it for you. Okay, so now we need our bling. And I also want to do some Winkostella. So get out my little pen. Now these are the low profile dots and they were on the last chance, but I'm not sure if they're gone. I forgot to check that part. So I'm going to add one little gem there, and I'm going to add another one right under. So see, I'm mimicking the gold that's up here with the dots. And I'm going to put one over here like that. And then I'm going to do my Winkostella. And I'm just going to like go over my center doodad thingies because I don't want to get the whole flower. I just wanted it to kind of sparkle in the middle. Ooh, that you can see that on the camera. That's great. Okay, so that is card number 1 for the class. And so everybody will be stamping and coloring, but because it's quick with the blending brush, that will go really fast. So that's card number 1. Let me move my supply bin out of the way here. My card. And my die set. This is a Simply Beautiful bundle, and that is in our new mini catalog. Let's see here. Simply Beautiful, page 25. Oh yeah, so you can see the paper here. I mean, obviously it's not sparkly because it's not in person, but all of these pretty sheets here are gold, speckled or gold foiled, sorry. And there it is, really pretty. So this is a mega suite, and the one that I used tonight is just the Simply Beautiful. So we used the dies that go with these stamped images, and I used the words out of here, and that's all I used. I didn't use anything else. But this companion bundle to this one is called Beautifully Celebrated, and it's got these fabulous dies. So if you aren't a fan of the stamp set, you might want to consider getting these dies as a standalone. So let me just throw those back in. Simply Beautiful. Okay. So now let's see what we're going to do for card number 2. Oops, there's some extra pieces. See, I can't find them because I don't put them away where they're supposed to go, and that's a problem. All right, we're going to make this Valentine one, this one here. Now, my friend Cindy showed me this great tip for keeping your stamps readily available. So what she showed me is if you tuck the flap, our little plastic floppy thing, tuck that down inside. When you open it this way, you get like a little pop open and your piece can go down and they slide right out. So you don't have to get your hand in there and dig in and everything. So that was a really great tip. Thank you so much, Cindy. And then I always trace around my new stamps with, and I'm on the back of the stamp. This is the top with the paper that you peel off. I stamp around, trace around with a Sharpie, and that way I can tell I'm missing a stamp. And this is reason to celebrate. This is a fantastic set because look at, you've got anniversary, graduation, special day, New Year's, St. Patrick's Day, yay, Valentine's Day, birthday, Easter, and congratulations. And then you have these smaller sentiments. And then you have, we're going to use the happy and the Valentine's Day. And I will tell you, this stamp set is true to size. This is the size of the stamps. Sometimes they're not, but this is true. Okay, so I've got a piece of red, real red, 8.5 by 5.5, and we're going to fold it at 4.25. So it's 8.5 long by 5.5 high, scored and folded at 4.25. Oh, you guys like my first card. Thank you. I love it. That paper is just, oof, ooh la la. That's what it is. All right, and then this is got this paper here. This is Made with Love. And I've got some pieces here that we've been using. So this is designer paper Made with Love, and it's got some fun patterns. And this one is the same as that one. And then I've got this one here with some red, and there's one more here. This one here is an ombre. So, you know, the color goes down, and then on the back, it's all your arrows for Cupid. So what I did was I cut 7/8 inch strips of 4 different patterns, 7/8 of an inch. And the beauty of this card is you can flip over the paper and use whatever side you want. So if you want red dots, you can do that. And this one here has the little Cupid arrows, and this one has some red hearts. I liked it in this pattern arrangement, but it's your card. All right, now this is real red cardstock, and this is real red two-tone cardstock. So see the difference? So what I'm doing with this piece, and I do have it on the darker side, is it's giving the illusion that I put my paper scraps right onto the folded piece, but I didn't. The base is underneath, which is poking through right here. So I thought that was kind of a clever little idea, because then you can do any straightening or trimming that you need to. And so we're going to go like that. And I'm going to use my grid paper here to get my center. I'm actually going to kind of eyeball it, but that's all right because I'm on the centimeter side. Let's see if I can turn this around and use the inch side. That will help me. All right, so I'm at 5. This piece is 5 1/4. So half of 5 1/4 is 2 3, 2 3/4. Having a hard time. So my centerpiece is going to go right about there. And then these are going to go around them. So in this case, I'm going to start with my top and bottom and work my way in. You can use glue if you want to slide it. I'm just going to use tape for now because I'm going to butt it right up on the side and the top, like so, and then do the same thing at the bottom. What I also like about this paper is not all the patterns have a right and a wrong side. The hearts are going all which ways, so it's nice. You don't have to worry about putting it in the wrong direction, and you can make vertical or horizontal cards in some cases. Okay, so this is my middle piece. And when you use tape, you do kind of want to get close to the edge so that it doesn't lift up or get caught. So let's see here. Where's my halfway point again? 5 1/4. I want this to be right about there. Right about there. Okay, so this piece is going to go right in the middle. All right, so that's pretty good. And then this one, I am an eyeball person, so I don't measure usually. Even when I'm scrapbooking, I just kind of eyeball it. So we're going to take a look, and I'm going to put that right there. And I've got pretty close to equal distance all the way around. And they look straight. Okay, so let's set that aside for a moment, or we can actually attach that. And it's going to have that 1/4 inch margin. So see how the red blended in, so you really don't see any mistakes, which is always a good thing. All right, so I've got my Happy Valentine's Day mounted. So it's going to, oops, I didn't put a piece on the inside yet. It's going to go like that. And I'm going to use my real red. And I love nice, bold stamps. I really, really like them. Okay, so I have really soaked that well with ink. And this size is really nice because you can leave a little bit of white at the top and the bottom, above the Happy and below the Valentine's Day. And that comes out pretty good. Love it. All right. I don't know what I'm going to put on the inside yet. Oh, I know. I want to say to my fabulous friend, Happy Valentine's Day. Or no, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to say, hold on, let me get it. Our product of the month last month was this great stamp set called Fabulous Sayings. And I love the sending love in there. Sending love. The perfect sentiment for any time, right? Lock, we'll put it on. And stamp there. Yes, please leave me a thumbs up. That really helps me. And share. I'm really hoping to grow my channel this year. All right, so I stamped the other one because I had forgotten to put that in. So let me close the red. That's one of those danger, danger, gets all over the place fast kind of ink pad. Oh, I can't wait till you guys see my last card. So good. All right, so this is the middle, or the inside for the one I already did. Okay, and so this is the inside of the one we're doing. Not to confuse you. I think I'm the one that gets confused, not you guys. Okay. There's that. All right, now what I want to do is I want to pop this up. So let me grab my dimensionals again, and I am going to use like this long strip, just like that, so that it's supported the whole way across. I like it. Peel that off. And then you can still see, even though the colors are almost the same, you can see where that edge of the paper is. And let me grab some bling because I didn't put any on my first card either. Let's see, we want something kind of glitzy. Let me see here. What do I have that's so shiny? Oh, I know. I have, oh, I'm looking. Oh, you know what? I'm looking in the wrong place. Oh my gosh. All right. Ooh, we could do these. All right, I'll have you guys help me pick which one we're gonna do. Let's see here. Here we go. All right. So do we want to use the white ones from, these are Moody Palette Glossy Dots. So you can use the white all over the red. That would look really nice. Or the rhinestones. What do you guys think? Let's see here. So we got rhinestones or white dots. I like the white, and that's something that I don't do. So you know what? We're going to try something new. Oh, both Susie and Debbie say white, so yay, huh? All right, so let's see here. Put some of this away. And what I like is I can put them kind of anywhere that it's going to show up because there's so much red here. Like that. And let me do this one here. So I did a big down below and a small and a big up above. And I need to punch my red heart here, and that is from the bee punch, which is still current, you guys. You actually, this is the wings, and this is the one that has the antenna in it, but you get 2 hearts and a little word bubble with this punch, even if you're not making a bee. So that's always a bonus. So I am just going to punch a baby heart, and then I'm going to use my glue dot. All right, so I've got my glue dot box here, and I'm just going to press my heart down on top. I'm pressing my heart down. And we'll just put that right there. Whoops, I kind of want it centered under happy. Yeah, like so. Ooh, I love it. Okay, so that's card number 2 from my class on Saturday. My class people like that I show this the day before, or I mean 2 days before when they come, because then it gives them an idea of what the cards are going to look like and how to make them. So because I've got new stampers and experienced stampers and everybody helps each other, it's really nice. All right, so let me just grab this and put this away. And I want to put this away. See how nice and easy it is to just, remember the old-fashioned coin purses that did that? And you just pop it in. I love it. And we've got our moody glass, our moody dots. It's going to go right in there too. I'm thinking that, okay, I'm thinking if I wink a Stella this heart, it looks really neat. Once it dries, it won't be quite so dark looking, but now I'll have all my little shimmer on there. Doesn't that look like it's glimmer paper? Which I had some glimmer paper, but that's awful hard to punch with the punch, so. Oh, Susie, I wish you could come too. I do. It would be so fun to have a sleepover with all my friends for my class. All right, let's see what we've got for the last card. Let me move this out of the way here. Actually, I can leave that there and just set this on top of it. Okay. So this card, I love this card. This is using the Nature Symphony dies and the Nature Symphony stamp set. And I kind of passed this by in the book, and then Anne made a beautiful swap card using this, and the paper is to die for. And I made the scrapbooking kit with this, and then I attended the Connect and Create, and Karen Hadler did some stunning cards with this. So guess what? I ordered it right away. And so now we're going to make this card. So I've got my thick basic white that is 8.5 wide by 5.5 tall, scored at 4 1/4. I'm going to burnish that. Then I have, this is Night of Navy two-tone cardstock. This paper here is the Country Woods, which is still available in our annual catalog. And I liked this Night of Navy because this has Misty Moonlight and some native navy in it, but I figured we're going to use both sides of this paper. Okay, so I did, this one is 5¼ by 4. This piece here is 4 by 3¾ by 5. The blue is 4 by 5¼ This piece is 1/8 of an inch smaller. Actually not, because look at, it's past, I got to trim, but it should be 1/8 of an inch smaller all the way around. So where'd my baby trimmer go? All right, let's see here. This is, the white was 4. Oh, you know why? Because I cut it to 4, not 3/4. Okay, so this is going to be 3 5/8. Is that right? 3 5/8. Yep. So if you turned it over, you have, and the reason why, it's just so that when you tape them down, you're not going to see this paper coming out the other side. Okay. All right. So now this time we're going to do the embossing on camera. So not embossing, die cutting. All right, so let's see. I don't need this piece right away. I need my blue and my white. All right. So what we're going to do is I am going to cut this white piece. See, this right here was cut out. So I am going to cut this piece out with my dies. Okay, so I've got my sandwich is base plate 1, thin die adapter 2, and my cutting plate 3. This gorgeous die is a standalone die, and it embosses these beautiful little leaves on it. So I am going to lay my piece like that. And I think I can, I could probably do both together, but I'm not going to. I'm going to just cut this like so. I'm trying not to shake the table. Okay, so I've got that piece. Now, this is our piece we're going to use. All right. So let me just set that there. This piece of white that just got cut out, I'm going to collect those because we're going to use those at my next class. Now I've got my navy. I want to cut those flowers out, but I want the misty moonlight side versus the dark. But it's your card. That's the side that I want. So I'm going to take my die and I'm going to put it anywhere in the middle of this. This is not going to show because this gets covered up by that white piece. So you just don't want to have it near the edge, which will allow for the layering. So I'm just putting it in, cranking it through. And we can get rid of this big machine. We call it lovingly the Big Boss. Okay, set that right there out of the way. Now, watch the magic. Let's see if I wax paper. So I used some wax paper already, but it needed some more. So you don't even have to die cut with the wax paper. You can just rub the wax paper on this die because there's a lot of flat surfaces to rub it. There we go. I just needed to get my thumbnail under it. Isn't that gorgeous? Oh, wow. Wow, wow, wow. And so now I'm going to have this piece. I'm going to flip it and see this is going to cover. I've got something underneath it though. This here is going to cover where I just cut. So paper saving method. The two-tone lets you decide which one you want, but I liked this color versus this color, but that would have been okay. Actually, that would have been okay. Too late. I'm sure somebody at my class will do it that way though. All right, now I need to stamp my white. So let me go ahead and, no, I'm not going to put anything down yet. I'm going to stamp this piece here. So this is an interesting stamp that comes in the kit as well, or in this die set. I put it somewhere safe. Where did I put it? Okay, let me, I gotta look because it's not there, so it's somewhere. I don't know how this happens. All right, let's get some of this out of the way here. All right, I need those pieces. This is my card. Those are my extra pieces. That goes there, and this gets put away before it gets lost. All right, now to find my stamp, there it is. Yeah, I think it fell out of the box because my box was overflowing. Okay, so, well, hold that thought. I'll be right with you with that thought. Boy, oh boy, I am so discombobulated tonight. All I can say is I had a very, very busy day at work. And I'm supposed to get up and walk around every 20 to 30 minutes. And I was in my chair for 4.5 hours straight, not following the doctor's orders. Okay, so what you're going to do is stamp and then stamp again. Ink it up and keep stamping, but every other one. Now you do have to remember that if you don't, you may get some darker lines if that hung over, but in this case, you want that. So I'm going to go kind of like that, and then like this, and stamp that off and go there, and there. Isn't that neat? Woo! It's so gorgeous. And Karen Hadler showed this whole card technique at our Connect and Create that class that I took. And she did it in just different colors, but it's the same thought process. All right, while I have my blue out, I'm going to stamp my To a Great Guy. What an awesome masculine set this is. And to die cut, I used the small frame from Textured Notes. Textured Notes is on the last chance list at an incredible discount. So don't miss out on this beautiful rectangle. And it has different designs on each rectangle. So I had another one that was cut. This one here is the next size up. So see how that is. Let's put it against something dark. There. See the design there? That's really pretty. And then this one is just like a dash line. So that's a really, really, this is a really, really good die set, guys. To add to your collection, to never leave. Okay, so I was going to say, let's stamp our great guy stamp to a great guy. Let's test that. Oh, that looks good. Sometimes these ones that have a skinny word on the end, it's easy to get it kind of dark on that piece. So you just want to stamp down and stamp up. No, don't mush it or anything. Okay, and then my inside, it says happy birthday, and you know I love the stamps. This is with you in mind. I'm getting all the stamping done so I can move my paper out of the way. And it's always good to stamp your inside before you adhere your outside in case you have to do a flipperoonie. Love it. The thing I love about this with you in mind is it's got nice big stamps, and that's what you want sometimes. And then this little leaf stamp is part of this stamp set, and I'm going to just do stamp once and twist it a little and stamp a second time. And this is Misty Moonlight that I'm using. Right, now let's close this up. Let's build our card. All right, so we need my Knight of Navy to go down first. Let me get my tape. The nice thing about our Seal Plus is you don't have to go crazy with it. It will stick, I promise. So I just do little 1/2 inch, 1/4 inch little pieces of it. I'm trying to get that straight. I think I got it crooked. There. Just a little lift. And if you don't put too much tape down, it gives you the opportunity to kind of lift it up if you need to. But if you've taped it all so well, you're never getting that thing up. Okay, so now I'm going to do my white. This little piece here in the middle is what you got to watch out for. I'm going to switch to my glue mat. This little piece here is kind of dangling, so you just have to be careful when you tape it. So you might want to use some baby glue here, but I had my tape right here, so that's what I'm going to go with. But what I'm going to do is I can see that tape overhanging, so I am going to just roll it under now, and then I won't have to use my little adhesive eraser after. Okay, so just like that. So you can see where it's poking through. I'm just going to roll them under. All right, so I have that. Just like so. Now I'm going to take this piece, I'm going to flip it over, and I'm going to just, remember how we had like a smidgen showing on all the sides? So I'm just going to press it down, give it a good back rub, and it's all adhered. And let's put this on top of my, that secures that white piece too. And our other floral is also going to add right to it. All right. So good. Isn't that gorgeous? You could just leave it like that with the greeting. Where's my to a great guy? So you could just do that. But I thought it looked kind of neat with the leaves. I couldn't decide, and I was chatting with Deb on the phone, and her granddaughter Elizabeth walked in, and I said, "Hey, Elizabeth, what do you think? With or without?" So she said, "Definitely with it." So see how I just put a little bit of adhesive on? And I'm just going to offset it a little. And I'm leaving this loose, just loose and airy. I'm going to put just a dab right there. There. Helps hold down those other pieces too. So isn't that gorgeous? Okay, and then for the last thing is some linen thread. But no bow tying. We're just going to make a loop-de-loop. And my scissors, I need my other scissors here, but that's all right. We'll just go with what we got. So a loop-de-loop, and then I'm going to make a figure 8, kind of. I'm going to twist it like that. So they're going to go, see how I made a little figure 8? And then you can pull, so when they get to be a little bit different sizes. So not everybody's the same, like so. Okay. And I need to add a little bit of tape right there. Squeeze the middle together. Yep, like so. And then my great guy is going to pop up. I have used so many dimensionals tonight that I'm going to have to get out some extras. Let's see. I'm going to just use this dimensional piece since it's right here. Like that, and it will help hold everything down. So these are the foam adhesive mount. So you can get some full sheeted dimensionals and cut them down. Sometimes that's nice with sentiments. Okay, so I'm going to just stretch this out a little bit. One of them, let's see here. This is where, you know, can't decide. Okay, just like that. Perfect, perfect. And then my foam is going to help hold it all together. There you go. I put it on crooked, but that's okay. I'm going to go with that. I meant to do it that way. There. To a great guy, happy birthday. Isn't that amazing? And I knew you would like that one. Well, you're the one that turned me on to this stamp set, so thank you. Thank you, thank you. All right, so let me bring back my cards, and then I'm going to tell you my really fantastic news. Let's see, I got this and this. And for some reason, I put it all the way across the room. There, those are our cards. And if you come to my class, remember, or if you place an online order between now and Sunday at noon at my kathyschmitt.stampinup.net, you will get this class for free. So here's my news. So if you go to Facebook and look for Gilmanton Winery and Vineyard, they have a beautiful Facebook page. Well, they asked me to teach a scrapbooking class there. So on March 8th, from 1 to 3, I'm going to be teaching a scrapbooking class there. So if you're local, or you can, or Anne, if you want to come down and have a sleepover, we can go to this class. It'd be fantastic. But it's there's 2 kits being offered, Currently Loving and Exploring Nature. So you get to pick which one you want, and you sign up ahead of time so that I know. And then we'll put the kits together. Isn't that exciting? But she did a beautiful job with my photos and stuff. So Gilmanton Winery. Even if you can't come, if you can like say you're interested or like it or something, that would be great. Share it. This is that nature walk. This is the paper. Oh yeah, sleepover. Yay. And the day before on March 7th, I have a class too, Ian. um, so this is the paper. We didn't use it tonight, but this is the stamp and bundle. But just see how this leaf, they kind of did the same thing there, but same but different. I love it. And then I just wanted to show you the scrapbooking kits. If I can find them really quickly, that I'll be showing off. Because even if you aren't a scrapbooker, you can use these kits for cards and boxes and gift bags and the whole shebang. All right, so this is Exploring Nature. This is one of the kits we're going to put together. Each kit is 3 2-page spreads. So we're going to put them together, and they can add their photos or do that when they get home. And the other one is Currently Loving, which is an online exclusive. And so she did this nice little color palette too that shows what colors there are in the kits. I love it. So anyways, Gilmanton Winery. And so let me come back. I hope you guys had fun. This class on Saturday is going to be really good. I love these cards. And sometimes, you know, I really like my cards, but this time I love my cards. So I know my peeps will love them too. So please share my YouTube if you can. And I really appreciate everybody who's watching. And thank you always for supporting me in my small business. So I hope you all have a great night. And I'll be back on Sunday at 10 a.m. Eastern for my scrapbooking craft along. What I do is you can bring whatever you're working on and just come on with me and we'll craft together. I do my scrapbooking then, and we'll just hang out and chat for an hour and put our whatever you're working on together. So thank you guys. Thank you all. Debbie says she wants a sleepover. Yes, that will be fun. Yes, and thank you for reminding people to hit the like button and share. Thanks, guys.